Hello from the AT. It's day 35. It's mile 251. So I'm totally out of the Smokies. I'm walking down the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. I'm currently on the Tennessee side, and very uneventful day today. Um, Walking through the woods. I did 10 miles today. Um, Pretty quick 10 miles. Maybe because I'm not wearing snowshoes. Um, it makes a big difference. Um, so last night and the night before, I stayed at Standing Bear Farm Hostel. Those guys are great. It's a great place to rest up. I took a complete 0 day. The place is very rustic. I did my laundry in the sink, and they had a wringer next to the sink. But they did have a clothes dryer, so I got my clothes somewhat clean. Uh, it was kind of fun. But besides that, it was a very relaxing 0 day, way out in the country of Hartford, Tennessee, and they're very hospitable folks there. So, very nice day. So my next stop is Hot Springs. It's 33 miles down the trail from the hostel. So what I'm gonna do is 3 10-mile days. So today was my first 10-mile day, and then this Thursday, Friday, Saturday night will be my third 10-mile day. I'll sleep about 3 miles outside the city on Saturday night, go in on Sunday morning, go to the diner, have some breakfast, and then I'll go into my hostel. So that'll save me the price of a motel or hostel for Saturday night. And I only have to walk 3 miles into town. And the weather's going to be, it should be good all the way till Monday. We get some more snow and rain coming on Monday. So that's my plan for the next few days. Like I said, very uneventful day today. Just walking through the woods. Um, so I figured I'd show you my home that I've been staying in for the last month or so, and the next 6 or 7 months. This is my typical setup. Have my hammock here. Have a lot of pictures of my hammock on my blog. But I find trees that are alive, first off, that won't fall over on me, or any other trees that will fall over. So that's the first thing. 11 to 13 feet apart are perfect. These are a little bit wider at about 15 or 16 feet. And the ground is not quite level, but this is something I deal with all the time. So what I do is my tarp is level. So you can see at one end of my tarp is off the ground a little bit higher than the other end, just because of the grade of the ground here. But I have a little bubble level app on my phone. So my top line, the ridge line across the tarp there, that's level. And then I can use the inside of the tarp to get my hammock in the right position. So my feet are always a little bit higher than my head by about 6 to 8 inches, because that way my center of mass in my body will stay in the center of the hammock. If it's completely even, my center of mass is will actually slide a little bit further down. So I got to keep my feet a little bit higher. I think that's how it works. That's what I've been doing, and it seems to work pretty good. So that keeps my main torso part of my body within my underquilt, and that's how I stay warm. Um, so what I do is I have my this is a Cuban fiber tarp. It looks pretty big. It's huge. It keeps me dry from the rain, keeps the wind out. I can lower it a little bit more if it's cold or windy or rainy or stormy. I keep it open a little bit when the weather's not too bad, and that gives me a little bit more room inside. Now, when it's really stormy, I can close up the ends with my doors. And see, it's a little bit open here, but If I know it's going to be rainy, I can close in the corners a little bit, get the corners a little bit closer, and then my doors will close shut and no rain or wind will come in there. Normally I use my sticks to pull out the sides, like this one here. Gives me a little bit more headroom inside. Over here on this side, just happen to have a tree, so I tie it off to a tree. So inside, this is my hammock. I'm using tree straps and a whoopee sling. This is all homemade stuff here on my whoopee sling. Whoopee slings are real. This is Dyneema. It's rated for like 1,800 pounds, and it's very easy to adjust. This is my hammock inside here. This is my house. So this is my homemade quilt. This is rated, I built it so, or I made it so that it would keep me warm down to about 5, maybe between 0 and 5 degrees. I've had temperatures down to 4 and 5 degrees. But I'm wearing my puffy pants and my puffy jacket, and I'm more than warm, so it's a good quilt. And then underneath here, the hammock is my underquilt, and this is my winter underquilt. If you can see that, that keeps my underside warm. And then I always lay my stuff out on my I bought a little emergency blanket and cut it up. So I lay stuff on the ground here, keep it off dirt. Oh, and then my bug net. The bug net I use all year round because the bug net goes around the whole thing and zips up at the end. So I use the bug net in the winter time because when it's really cold, a little bit of breeze coming across your face is really cold. So the bug net keeps the breeze off my face, and when I'm in the shelters, it keeps the mice off my face. And then in the summer, of course, it'll keep the bugs off my face. Yeah, so that's my setup, typical setup. I'm not in the Smokies, so I just walk to a place that looks nice and set up. It's a quiet place. It's going to be about 15, 20 degrees tonight. I'm guessing 15. They said it's going to be 22 in the city, so probably 10 to 15 degrees tonight. And this video is way too long. So I'll say bye. Good night. Got my gloves on, so I can't stop the camera.